One thing I love about the current state of the tech space is, well, items that used to be super expensive that the average Joe Blow couldn't afford, they can now afford. Take into account this right here. Complete all-in-one projector by Aurzen. So not only is it extremely affordable, coming in around that $500 price point, but it often goes on sale as cheap as $300. So projectors have become pretty much just as affordable as a TV. It has a built-in speaker. It has its own operating system. And best of all, you get a massive screen that you can completely customize the size of. Today, we're going to take the Boom 3 and setting it up right behind me on over a 100-inch screen. Now we're going to break down a bunch of factors such as video quality, sound quality, how well the operating system works, design, and price for value. Okay, let's see what comes in the box. First off, Aurzen claims this is the first all-in-one projector. I don't know, I think I'm gonna need a little fact check on that because I have reviewed a lot of all-in-one projectors at this point. So this is our package of cords. And here is the complete system. You can see it has this fabric that goes all the way around where the speaker is. You have a nice bottom metal band design. At the top here, you have a dial for your volume. I really like that design. One great part about this system is the ports. You actually get 2 USB plus 2 HDMI in ports. You also have a headphone jack if that's your thing. And then of course that bottom tripod if you want to go ahead and connect this to your roof or to a stand. Accessories, not much. This is a power cable, your HDMI, and just your basic style Android remote, a few shortcut buttons on the bottom, and then a couple specialty buttons for your actual projector, such as the focus. Now, size-wise, this is the heftiest all-in-one projector I think I've ever reviewed. So because it has some heft to it, and it's going to use up a substantial amount of space on your table or on a stand, I'm expecting the sound quality and the picture quality to be pretty crisp. Now that is how you set up a projector screen. Now I usually don't set it up down here, but look at how tight a fit that is. I mean, if this was any bigger, I would not have been able to set this up in my studio. Got to get the collectibles out of the way. Let me know down below if you're a Zelda fan. Unopened, some of you will know what this one is. So most likely you will need an extension cord. This cord is tiny, so don't expect it to reach far. You'll also need 2 AAAs for the remote. Setting up the projector was as easy as you'd expect. Plug it in, go through a few on-screen prompts, and arrive at the custom Linux-built OS. Now I want to take a little time to go over the specs and if this operating system has full version of apps, can you install other apps, and what else does it offer? So one thing I love is the autofocus. If you move this device in or out, you'll notice it will eventually go into autofocus mode, and this will make sure everything is cleared up based on the distance you have it away from your screen. Now this other part is precision correction. Now this allows us to adjust our screen using the keys on our remote. You can see as I move the keys in and out, it's going to turn those corners. This way, if you have it on an angle, you can easily adjust it. I'm gonna leave it right about there. I think the screen looks pretty good. The great part about this projector is it has a built-in custom Linux OS, complete with its very own app store. Inside the app store, you'll find a small selection of compatible apps that you can quickly install on your device. Now, it really is lacking in selection as there's not a lot of popular choices in here and not a lot of apps I would personally use. I mean, they do have TikTok, that's kind of cool. Now, if we go inside of system information, you're gonna see it only has 8 gigabytes of storage and 1 gigabyte of RAM, so this isn't a particularly powerful system. Now here's one major benefit of their custom firmware. The versions of streaming apps they have on here are official versions. This means you can use Netflix without having to mess around with the remote or connect to your phone, where lots of projectors are using ripped Android versions that basically have the mobile version of Netflix. That also goes the same for Prime Video, Disney Plus, and YouTube. Now, I do really like the custom OS they've created. If you like simple, easy to use systems, it's definitely for you. My biggest criticism with it is it doesn't appear you can sideload apps with it, so going with a simple Android system would have probably been more beneficial for the consumers. With that being said, it does have 2 HDMI ports, which means I can either plug in a Fire Stick or even my PS5. But there's one thing that's way more important than the operating system at the end of the day, and that's the video quality, the color. How vivid is it? How bright is it? This projector is equipped with a native 1080p display and also includes HDR10. The Boom 3 is also set up to decode 4K quality content. In terms of lighting, the Boom 3 has 500 lumens, which is really the minimum I would ever suggest for a 100-inch screen projector in a perfectly dark room. And I will say this system does give a pretty crisp 1080p look. The colors are vivid, but you can definitely tell that 500 lumen display. Although it's fairly bright, inside of a not super dark room, you are going to notice. I'm going to turn on the light here just to show you what it looks like if you have a bunch of light in the room. You can see a lot of that really deep color goes away. So this is marketed as a complete system, which means the speakers also have to be good enough quality in order to justify not having to buy, let's say, an external soundbar, for instance. Now this is equipped with 36-watt speakers and Dolby Audio. One of my biggest worries with projectors is that they have no bass when they're an all-in device. So let's go ahead and test this out with a few different music and YouTube samples. So starting with myself, we're gonna put on a video of me talking. Now when we got down to close to minus 40 here, 2 things happened. For one, the power was draining so fast that So you can definitely hear a little bit of harshness there. Now we're gonna test everything at around 50% volume, so let's go ahead and try some copyright-free music. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear that bass, but it has a nice little punch to it. So after testing the audio in both Netflix, copyright music, non-copyright music, and my own videos, this thing is pretty clear. It has a nice little bass boost to it too that I didn't expect, and everything from the mid to the treble is all pretty on point. It's very impressive for a projector at this price point to have sound quality like this with only 36-watt speakers. Now overall, I am very happy with the product design. Although it's a little bit bigger and clunkier of a projector model that I've tested, it is really, really well built, and the volume tuner at the top is a nice addition. The outside design looks like it's built to last, and with 2 HDMI ports and 2 USB, you can't really beat that. Now, price is where things get interesting and where it might change your mind on if this is a product you want to purchase. Now, the company was nice enough to send me this projector to review, but they also, check this out, they also sent me an extra one as well, and that means for those of you still watching the video, you get a chance to win it. So the contest rules will be put on Facebook and Twitter, so look out for my most recent posts if you want to learn how to win this. All right, so back to price. Now, the regular price of this goes for $650. Would I buy this projector at $650? Unfortunately, probably not. But like what a lot of companies do, they are always on sale. In fact, I've had this projector for over a month now, and since the company has contacted me, their product has not been on sale. It is basically just on a perpetual sale all the time. So the actual price ends up being closer to that $300 to $400 range like it is right now. And at that price point, when you account for the video quality, sound quality, and the custom OS, that really is a steal of a deal and something I can definitely recommend. So if you haven't got into the projector game yet, and it's a little intimidating for you, I have a starter kit down below. I have this projector with any discount code they've offered me, my favorite green screen setup, and anything else you might need with your setup. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.